Hi there guys, I've got two amazing resources for you today. They are both completely free and they enable to use images that are very high quality in your Autotweets account. So you can send out lots and lots of tweets with images that are really going to motivate and inspire your followers. Now the amazing thing about using images is that your followers tend to like them and share them much more often than the rest of your content. So if you have lots of really good, very attractive images on your Twitter account and your followers will like those, they'll share them and your following will grow naturally much more quickly. So as you can see here on the screen, I'm currently in one of my Autotweets accounts. This particular account I'm using to promote to people that are interested in losing weight. So this is all about exercise, weight loss, nutrition, all that kind of thing. I've currently got two of my promotion slots in use. The first one is just lots of motivating images. The second promotion slot I'm using for monetizing this particular account with ClickBank products. And although I've created the third promotion slot, at the moment that is completely empty. So we're going to focus on the first one of these, so the motivating images. So this is that particular promotion slot. As you can see, I filled in some of the tweet slots and I've got around about 50 of these filled in, and I'm just going to do another one in a moment to show you how I do this. But before I do that, the thing about these images, which is very, very important, is in each tweet slot, we have two fields that you can fill in. We have the tweet content and we have the image address URL. Now the tweet content is compulsory. You must enter something into here. So, that can be something as simple as a couple of hashtags, as you can see I've done on this one. Here I've put a little motivating quote: delicious healthy food to motivate you to eat healthy, yum. Beautiful, fresh, healthy and nutritious, motivation and diet. So as long as that's relevant to the image, it doesn't matter what you put in there. You could put an affirmation, a quote, some hashtags or anything that you think is going to be relevant to what you're posting. Now the actual image itself goes into the image address URL, and as you can see I've pasted those in here. You cannot enter an image address and leave this blank. If you do that, when this gets sent over to IFT won't recognize it as a genuine tweet, so they will not send it to your Twitter account and it will just get ignored. Also, within Autotweets, if you have one of these blank, the system will think it's come to the end of your set of tweets and it will go back to the beginning. So let's say if we had number 5 was blank, but we'd put an image address in there, it would do the first 4, it'd get to number 5, it would see there's no tweet content, and then it'd go back to number 1. Even if you've entered in 300 tweets, as soon as it reaches a blank one, it goes back to number 1. So if you're going to use the tweet, you must enter some tweet content. Now, what you can put in there is your text, you can put in your hashtags, or you can put in a link if you want to. But what you don't put in there is the actual image address itself. The image has to go in this separate box. So let's scroll down to the bottom, click on jump to next empty slot, which is for me number 49, and I'm going to complete this one. So I need to put some content, and I need to find an image to put in there. I need a location on the internet for the image so that I can link to it, and I need to find an image. So we're going to do that right now with one of these amazing resources. The first resource that I've got for you is a website called pixabay.com. Now this is completely free. Pop over to pixabay.com by clicking on the link beneath this video and you can set up a free account. You don't actually need an account with these guys, but if you haven't got an account, when you download images it asks you to fill in a captcha code, so it just slows down the whole process. But I would advise creating an account. You can link it to Facebook so that it's very quick and easy to log in. I'm logged into my account at the moment, so I'm going to search for images to do with exercise because my Twitter account is to do with exercise and weight loss. You can see here the images at the top with the yellow band behind them. They are sponsored images from Shutterstock. If you choose one of those, you'll need to pay for it. But from here down, all these images are directly from Pixabay and they're all free. You can use them for whatever you choose and you don't need to put an attribution in. Now if I go right to the bottom, you'll see that there are 20 pages of images that I can use. So I'm just going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to use the first one. So I'm going to click on this image. I'm going to post this image to my Twitter account. It's quite attractive, it's nice and bright, she's smiling, it's going to look good in my Twitter account. It's relevant because she's working out, so this is going to inspire people to work out. So that's going to go on my Twitter account. If people like it or share it, it's going to help to improve my natural following. So to get this image, the first thing you want to do is check this section here. It says free for commercial use and no attribution required. Now, I've been using Pixabay for a long time and I have downloaded thousands of images from them, and it always has said free for commercial use and no attribution required. But I'm guessing there are some images in here that I've not stumbled across yet where you do have to leave an attribution, so make sure you check that it does say that it's free for commercial use and there's no attribution required, because if we're posting them to Twitter, we don't want to have to put a link back to where we got the image from. So I now click on free download and it gives me some options for size. The smallest one, 426 by 640 pixels, is plenty big enough for my Twitter. So I'm going to use that one. I click on download and the image goes straight through. Now you can see here a little pop-up has come up that just says, hey, do you want to send something to the person that created this image? So you can click on that and make a little donation to them if you'd like to. Obviously you don't need to, but they've provided you with a free image, so if you want to, you can. Now, I've used these images from Pixabay before for book covers for books that I sell as paperback books. Now, normally, to get an image that I'm going to use on a paperback book, you'd have to pay quite a bit of money. So this is such an amazing free resource. So if you want to give a little bit back, then please do consider donating to the actual producers of the images. So that image is downloaded. This is my downloads folder, you can see here, and I've got some more images that I downloaded earlier this morning. Now that's on my computer, I need to put that in a location on the internet so that I can connect it to my Autotweets account. And this brings us to our second resource, which is postimage.org. I'm logged into my Postimage account, so when you come over to this page by clicking on the link beneath this video, the first thing you're going to need to do is up in the top right corner here, you'll see a button that you can click on to sign up and create a new account. So do that and then log in and you'll find yourself at a page that looks like this one. So I'm going to click on My Images and that's going to take me over to my galleries. The default gallery is empty, I've not put anything in there. I've created a gallery that's got lots of images to do with diets and nutrition. I've got 73 images in there at the moment. But I now want to create a new gallery to do with exercise. Click on Create Gallery. So here it is, I've just created this one. I'm going to click on the Upload button. I don't want to resize my images, they're already the appropriate size for what I need. And I don't want them to expire. I'm going to click on Choose Images. And this is my download folder. It's automatically come to this folder because I've used it before, but for you might have to look around on where you've downloaded your images to. I'm going to select all of these images here which I've downloaded today, and I'm going to choose them. And now it's uploading all of those images in one go, which is fantastic. It's very quick and easy. It's much, much simpler than using places like Dropbox. So I really, really recommend this resource. It is fantastic. Let's scroll down and see how that's going. Now this is going quite fast, but I've got a very slow internet connection where I am at the moment, so I'm quite surprised this is getting through them quite so quickly. So that's good news. Almost finished now, just getting down to the last one. And there we go. Now all of those images I downloaded, all of them are royalty free. I've done this one twice here. I'd already done it and then I did it again to show you, so I can just delete one of those. Let's remove that one. There we go. So all of those images I've downloaded, they're royalty free, so I can use them for anything. So these are great for using for my Twitter account. I also don't need to put an attribution for them. So I'm uploading these to Twitter. I don't need to say where they come from, and that is amazing. So this is why I favour using this Pixabay website as my source of images over other places. I've used lots of different places in the past. To begin with, I was paying $30, $40, $50 per image before I found places where you could get them for free. So this is such a good resource, and they are high quality images. So these are the images that I've downloaded. There's around about 30 in there, 25, 30 images. If I go back to my galleries, so click on up here, my images, there's 26. So 26 images I've uploaded. And if I click on them, and you can see all the images here. I can go into each individual one if I want to. It's going to show me a large picture of the image, and it's also going to allow me some options for sharing it. It's going to give me links that I can use. Now you can get the link that you need from here, but what I think is much easier, so just go back to my images for a moment, click on the gallery that we've created. Now if you just hover over one of these like this icon here, the share icon, click that, and this pop-up window comes up, and it's got all the links that you need. Now this one, the second one where it says direct link, that's the one that we need for Autotweets. And as you can see in the link here, it ends with the actual file type of that particular image. So this image is a JPG image. It could have been a PNG or a GIF or whatever. So this is the particular link that we need. So we click on the little icon at the end there to copy that. Now I just close the window and it goes back to my gallery. Now I've got that copied on my clipboard. So now I go over to my Autotweets account. I click in the image address URL and I paste that in. Now when I come out of here, you can see it says that I also need to add some tweet content for this to work. So I need to put content in there. And I'm just going to put a couple of hashtags. I'm going to put exercise, weight loss exercise. Oh, I'm going to try and spell it right. Exercise, dearie me. There we go. And motivation. So you can put anything you like in there, an affirmation, a quote, some hashtags, whatever you want in there you can put in there. And if you want to, you can also put a link in if you want to do that. Of course you don't need to, but if you are putting in an image URL, you do need content in here. And don't post the image URL into the tweet content. It simply won't show up on Twitter, it won't work. This is why we need those two separate boxes. So you put your image in here. It has to be the raw location of the image itself. So if I go back over to my actual images, and you can look, there's a lot of different links in here. There's also some HTML that you could post into your website. But this link, this first one, this is a location on the internet where there's a web page where that image is on the web page. Now that's very different to the direct link. The direct link is the actual image location on the internet. So it isn't a web page that contains the image, it's the actual image itself, and that's very different. We need the direct link. So if I just copy that again, and I open up a completely new page and paste that in, and then we go to that, you can see this is the raw image. It's not a web page that contains the image, it's the actual raw image. And the way that you can tell this is by the actual address. Right at the end, you can see, in this case it says .jpg, but that might be a little bit different depending on the file type of the image that you've uploaded. So obviously, I mean, you can get images from anywhere. If you've already got some images or if you've purchased some images, you can upload those into Post Image and you can use those to connect them to your account. What I will say is make sure wherever you've sourced your images from, you don't need an attribution, so you don't need to put a link back to them, and you also, they are royalty free, so you are allowed to use them. And this is why I favour using Pixabay, because they are royalty free. You can use them for whatever you like, and you don't need to put that attribution in. So let's pop back over to Autotweets. We've got some content. We've got the image URL. So now scroll down to the bottom and click Save. So that's now saved as tweet slot number 49 of 300. And if I go over to my account settings now, you can see on my first promotion slot, I've called it Motivating Images because that's what's in here. If you want to change the name of your promotion slot, click on Show Info, and type a new name in here and then click Save, and that'll change that for you. And you can also put some notes in there if you want to, just to remind you what this particular promotion slot is being used for. I'll just hide that information. I'm tweeting these images to go out one image every 8 hours. And because I've got 49 images in this particular promotion slot, that's going to repeat every 17 days. So every 17 days, it goes back to the beginning. If you've only got 4 or 5 images on your promotion slots, then you want to put this down to sending those out every day or every few days so it doesn't repeat too often. But because I've got quite a lot of images in there now, I'm going to change this to every 4 hours I'll share an image. So there we go, I've saved it, and now you can see it repeats every 9 days. So every single 4 hours, an image is being posted to my Twitter account, and within 9 days time it will have used up all of my images and it will start back at the beginning and repeat them. So I'm going to continue to add more images in there so that the repetition is less frequent, and I've got them going out, I think every 4 hours is enough. And the good thing about this is that means my Twitter account is going to fill up with a lot of content quite quickly. And when people come and look at my account, it looks like I'm providing lots and lots of value to them. And also, because those images are the kind of things that people tend to like and they tend to share, it's going to help to build my Twitter following much more quickly. So, of course, you can build your Twitter following by you following people and hoping they follow you back. But this also helps that because it naturally enables your account to grow. As other people share your content and their followers see it, they might look at your account and they might want to follow you too. So, I mean, these images, they don't directly get you any money. They're not monetized in any way. They're just pure valuable content that you're providing for your followers. And it is useful because it helps to build your following naturally because people like the look of your account. So that's everything that you need to know about the images. Those two resources, they are directly beneath this video for you to click on those. It's Pixabay, which is where you get your images from, and also Post Image, which is where you can put the images so that you can link directly to them. And it is, I mean, I used to use Dropbox and it is such a headache. This is beautiful. Whoever's created this system, I really do admire it. It's so user-friendly, it's quick, it's simple. You just saw me upload 26 images in probably less than a minute, and it's so quick to get these share links. But I do want to reiterate, the link you need is the direct link. Now, this order might have changed when you look at this, or they could have added more options. So don't just go for the second one. Make sure you go for the one that says direct link. Copy that, go over to your Twitter account, go into your tweets, and then you paste that into the image address. But you must also include some content in the tweet content in order for that to actually work. So that's all. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Take care and bye-bye.